Hello everybody, it's Patrick Damore again at Patrick Damore Golf Instruction. As promised, I have the second video of Dustin Johnson, his face-on view, and we're going to look at his idiosyncrasies in his swing and see how he plays with them, so to speak. You know, he's the second best player in the world, as I stated before. I think he'll be #1 by Masters time of this year. But right at address, let's look at a couple of things. His hands. He's got what we call a very closed-faced grip position with his hands, and for right-handed golfer. And basically, what that means is hook. V from his right hand is pointing in that direction, and I see about 3.5 knuckles, and I'm going to guess that V is in about this position. So he's got a strong grip, as we used to call it 30 years ago, a hook face grip. So right before he even pulls the trigger back, he's got himself something to deal with. Let's get him to the top of the swing. There's been a lot about this position. Tough to see from that view, but I'm going to bring up the down the line view here, which is on my other video. But let's get, here we go. That position right there. That is a very, as I said before, a very shut position. His left wrist is very bowed. So he's got, like I said before, a double hook idiosyncrasy in his golf swing. And that's something he has to figure out how to deal with. And I'm going to show you how he does it, folks. Let's get him to the top again first, or the setup position. I'm going to put a couple lines up here. The center of gravity is somewhere in this position, I think. I think it's fair to say. We'll get him to the top. As you can see, he loads up behind the ball. Dynamic transfer of weight, folks. It's a fact. People do it. All the great golfers do it. This is what I teach and I promote: is shift your weight off the ball away from the target on the backswing. And he does it. Right now, his center of gravity, if I'm guessing, he's probably moved off the ball maybe 3 inches from his start position, and in relation to the golf ball, he's probably 6-7 inches behind it. But in any event, that's what we call dynamic transfer weight. Now, I want you to watch something. You're going to see something on his downswing. #1, his left hip is planting this way. His lower body's going this way, and it's going to be turning out that way. #2, I want you to watch his right shoulder. It drops down more so than what I like to see in a golf swing. I call it getting under the plane, so to speak. Right here you can see it big time. This is why he has to do it. You know, when you have your hands on that club in the position he has it and shuts at the top of the swing, he has to figure out a way to hit the ball at the square club face, and he does it from a couple of things. #1, he swings underneath it or down. You know, his right shoulder goes down, his left shoulder goes up. #1. #2, I don't have impact from face on, but I have a little bit out past impact. I want you to show you something here, guys, ladies, whoever's watching. We call it a very dead hand release through impact. He has to. When you have that club face shut to begin with from the improper hand position, and again double so at the top of the swing with a shut left wrist, you have to be very passive through impact, or else the ball is going to go low and left. And that's what he does. He basically starts the club face from a shut position, keeps it shut all the way through impact, and compensates for it. And of course, he gets the follow through. Good position there. He's very level. Weight over to his front foot. But he swings underneath the club, underneath the plane, folks. Let me pull up his other one down the line view here too as well. Now over here on the left, folks, I'm going to show you something. Right here at impact, you can see his right shoulder has gone this way. Right shoulder's down, left shoulder's come up high, more so than I like to see, but he has to do it again to compensate for the shut club face position that you see at address with the grip, and at the top with the left wrist. He starts his downswing. Left hip plants, right shoulder comes down and under. And he holds on to the release, folks, just like that. You know, it's a very simple golf swing. Like I said before, he owns it. He doesn't really worry about the mechanics. He doesn't worry about cause and effect. He just grips the club and swings. And he's an athlete, and he knows the ball is going to go where he's looking, because that's what he does. He's had a few teachers in his life, from what I understand. Right now, Butch is working with him, but Butch won't change that grip, and I wouldn't either. I mean, that's a huge idiosyncrasy that if you change that grip, you got a lot more changing to do during the golf swing to compensate for a new grip. There's been a lot of golfers on tour that play at that strong hand position. Freddie Couples did for a lot of years, but you know he worked the ball left to right, so at the top of the swing he was extremely cupped. David Duval had a strong grip, and he had a strong bowed position at the top, but he hit a fade, and that's what most of these guys do. They have strong grips like this. They hit fades. Natural, and naturals, they figure out how to get it done, and that's what he's been doing for 7-8 years now, and he's going to continue to do it, folks. There's not a lot of thought in this swing. You never see him playing golf swing out there in the golf course, and he makes it work. Folks, if you'd like to have me take a look at your golf swing on the operating table here like Dustin Johnson, please drop me an email, patrick@patrickdamorgolf.com, or visit my website, www.patrickdamorgolf.com, and you can find a page there on how to submit videos. Thank you.